Field for tonight's first race coming out on the track behind Parade Marshal Kathy McDonald. No changes in tonight's daily double, number 1, Bear Trap, owned by Terry Green, driven by Eric Ledford. Number 2, Millie's Bud Light, owned by Terry Gillen with David Miller. 3, Daria 2, owned by Melissa Levan, driven by Jay Cross. Number 4 is TM's Miss Hotshot, owned by the Thomas A. Senior Janecki Estate, along with Marcia Janecki with Jim Mullenix. Number 5, Noble Annie, owned by Earl Shaw with Jeff Fout. 6, Cincy Marge, owned by Tom Price and Jeff Smith. 7 is Rapid Ricky, owned by Donald Elmer. Brian Brown, driven by Brad Hanners. Number 8 is Shalo BB, owned by Robert Bendel. Chip Noble is in the sulky. Field for the first, the Ohio State Fair Stakes. This is the State Fair Manager's Filly Pace, first division for $25,100. Post time in less than 6 minutes. Trophy by Mr. Richard Furnett. Starting gate is underway. Field for the first at the gate and moving through the clubhouse turn. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Noble Annie between horses takes the lead in Bear Trap along the rail. A little bit rough on the far outside. Rapid Ricky on the move to third. Cincy Marge splitting these horses in fourth as they make their way to the first turn. TM's Miss Hotshot away safely to fifth. A gap of 3, Millie's Bud Light, followed by Dare You Go and Shallow BB. As May move into the quarter-mile pole. Noble Annie's got the top for Jeff Fout. Eric Ledford tugs the right line early on Bear Trap. She's flying up on the outside. Quickly by the opening quarter, 27-4. Bear Trap on the outside now gets the lead. Bear Trap moves away on top by 2. Noble Annie yields to the pocket, past the stands into third, Rapid Ricky. After that, Cincy Marge, she has a shot from here as they make their way through the paddock turn. TM's Miss Hotshot is fifth along the rail. Millie's Bud Light starts the train up on the outside. Here comes Shalo BB with a rush in the contention, and at the end it's Dare You Go. They're at the half in 58-3. They're out of the turn and down the backstretch. Bear Trap on top. Millie's Bud Light trying to make a case out of this one. Drives up on the outside second. Noble Annie in third. Shalo BB drives up on the outside fourth. Rapid Ricky skimming the pylons in fifth. Here's Cincy Marge. After that, Miss Hotshot and the trailer can't go on. Dare You Go. Racing by 3/4 in a quick 128-3. Driving around the far turn. Bear Trap with a commanding lead. Bear Trap by 2. Noble Annie is in the second. Here's Rapid Ricky closing back on the pylons third. Off the turn in the stretch. They're on their way home. Eric Ledford goes to rockin'. Jeff out to knockin'. It's still Bear Trap, the tiring leader. Noble Annie, the passing lane, not good enough. Bear Trap in front. Two-year-old pacing fillies, the Ohio State Fair Manager's Filly Pace. Trophy by Mr. Richard Furnett, the Ohio State Fair Manager. Here's number 1 Bear Trap, a 2-year-old bay filly by Buyout out of Special Trap. Owned and trained in Batavia, Ohio by Terry Green. Given a well-judged drive tonight by Eric Ledford. Covering the mile in 157-4 to establish a lifetime best. Number 1 Bear Trap, the unofficial winner of the opener. Your attention, please. The inquiry sign is going to go up here at number 4, TM's Miss Hotshot. Possible interference nearing the half against number 3, Dare You Go. This is a judge's inquiry, 4 and 3. Possible interference nearing the half. This does not affect the top two finishers. Please hold all tickets. Field for tonight's second race as they pray to the post. Trophy by Midland Acres, the Ohio State Trot, First Division, 2-year-old colts. Number 1, his Atali, owned by Roger Bartley. Ray and Roger C. Bartley Jr., driven by Ron Steck. 2 is being checked up right now, Reuben Mania, owned by the Thomas Stable of North Canton, Ohio. Trained by Ed Thomas, driven tonight by David Miller. 3 is Prakavan, owned by Lawrence Long with Bob Harper. 4, Dumeno, owned by Tony and Norma Raber with Joe Adamski aboard. 5, He's a Redneck, owned by Danny Jordan with Alan Anderson. 6, Unbiased Greek, owned by Patrick Books with Don Feaster. 7 is The Right Mistake, owned by Dean Davis and Jeff Fout. 8 is Ashwood Alex, owned by the Ashwood Farms. Marty Willem will be in the sulky. That is the field for tonight's second race. Trophy by Midland Acres. 6 minutes till post. Starting gate is underway. Field for tonight's second race at the gate and moving through the clubhouse turn. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and trotting. He's a Redneck on the far outside with Dumeno quickly between horses. Here's Prakavan splitting rivals into third. They're down the backstretch. Atali is fourth. Dumeno is off stride. The 4 is on a break on their way to the quarter-mile pole. Jumping off stride further back in the field. That was the right mistake. We have another breaker on the outside. That is the 3, Prakavan. But Dumeno quickly catches back in the stride. He's a Redneck is on a break. And benefiting and trotting to command by default of the others, Atali and Ron Steck open up here in 30 2/5 in parade past the stands. It's Atali leading the Safari by a length. Driving up on the outside, Unbiased Greek to second. Reuben Mania away safely third. He's a Redneck on the outside fourth. Around the clubhouse turn, Ashwood Alex to fifth. Prakavan, Dumeno far back the right mistake as they move to the half-mile pole. Atali along the rail, Unbiased Greek on the outside. Jumping off stride again, he's a Redneck. And they're at the half-mile pole in 1, 1, and 3. They're out of the turn and down the backstretch. Unbiased Greek going the big mile. Goes on by Atali, but plenty clear. Now on top by a length and a half, it's Unbiased Greek. Atali is in the second. Reuben Mania is third. With a rush on the outside, Prakavan to fourth. Down the backstretch in fifth, Ashwood Alex. After that, it's Dumeno. He's a Redneck and the right mistake as these 2-year-old trotting colts race by 3/4. And Reuben Mania is off stride in 1:31 and 2. Trotting around the far turn. Unbiased Greek continues to lead. Prakavan is off stride again. Atali, here's Ashwood Alex on the outside. Dumeno's got some kick along the rail. They're into the stretch. It's Unbiased Greek. Here comes Dumeno with a rush down the middle of the racetrack. And Atali is trying to hold on for the deuce. It's Unbiased Greek. Dumeno's going to get second. Atali will finish third. Result of the second race now official. 6-4 exacta, $80 even. The try, $229.20. The 1-6 daily double, 1 and 6 worth $114.60. Here's Unbiased Greek, a 2-year-old bay gelding by Armbro Iliad out of Lady Biased. Owned in Columbus by Patrick Books, driven and trained by Don Feaster. Covering that mile here in 2:02 and 2 in a lifetime best. Number 6, Unbiased Greek, the winner of tonight's second race. Trophy by Midland Acres. Post time in 13 minutes at 8:14. Second division of the State Fair Managers Filly Pace. Scratch number 3, Cal Carey 6. Scratch 3, Cal Carey 6. Here's the field for tonight's third race. Post time in less than 6 minutes. Second division of the State Fair Managers Filly Pace, and the purse is $25,800. Number 1 is Nuclear Dawn, owned by Cindy Stein, Aaron Mulroney, and Tom Brennan with Eric Ledford. 2, Solid Glass, owned by Milan Vukovic Jr. and Patty Willem, driven by Marty Willem. 3, Cal Carey Scratch 6. 4, Our Miss Delaware, owned by H.J. Scott, Walter D. Thompson II, in the bike Billy Walters. 6, number 5, Samanda, owned by Vincent Rakestraw, Greg Radosky, and Vince Miller, driven by David Miller. 6, After the Cowboy, owned by Robert Boggs with Ron Steck aboard. 7 is Noble Possession, owned by Shakiri A. Patel and Dean Collins. 8, It's Later Than You Think, owned by Ronald Bates, driven by Brad Hanners. And number 9 is Sweet Vidalia, owned by John Glass. Chip Noble will be in the sulky. Field for race 3. Scratch number 3, Cal Carey 6. Post time in less than 5 minutes. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. It's Later Than You Think and Sweet Vidalia on the far outside. In between horses comes Solid Glass and Our Miss Delaware. Nuclear Dawn along the rail. 5 are out for the lead. Followed by Samanda After the Cowboy. Noble Possession is 8th on the outside. Flying to the quarter-mile pole, Our Miss Delaware, flashing gate speed tonight, is up on the outside of It's Later Than You Think to get the lead. Solid Glass is settled down in third. The favorite, Sweet Vidalia, fourth. Opening up here in a solid 28-1. Past the stands, here comes It's Later Than You Think, back on the attack. Right alongside Our Miss Delaware goes on. Our Miss Delaware leads away by a length. It's Later Than You Think is up on the outside second. Filling the gap, Solid Glass not finding this trip a pain at all. Around the clubhouse turn, Sweet Vidalia watching these festivities from fourth. After that, Nuclear Dawn, Samanda. The long shot After the Cowboy, and Noble Possession can't keep up. 57-4. Chip Noble swings to the far outside with Sweet Vidalia, but they have to chase down Our Miss Delaware, who's going a beautiful mile so far. Our Miss Delaware is on top by a diminishing half a length. Sweet Vidalia on the outside under confident handling goes on by. Sweet Vidalia gets the top. Dropping back gamely, though, second, it's Our Miss Delaware. Up on the far outside, Nuclear Dawn, 126-4. 1-2 favorite, though, is yet to clear. Sweet Vidalia on the outside. Our Miss Delaware fighting back with every stride. Here comes Solid Glass to third. In between horses, Nuclear Dawn. Samanda's up on the far outside. Sweet Vidalia's got the top. Sweet Vidalia on top. Here comes Samanda closing down the middle of the racetrack. Deep stretch, Sweet Vidalia. Samanda second. Our Miss Delaware third, and 1. Nuclear Dawn was fourth. Remaining unbeaten, 4 for 4. Number 9, Sweet Vidalia, the winner of tonight's second division of the Ohio State Fair Stakes for 2-year-old pacing fillies. I'd like to welcome once again Mr. Richard Furnett, the Ohio State Fair manager, for tonight's third race trophy presentation. The Dolly Parton 9-5 exacta, $25.40, and the Super, $263.20, $263.20. The dollar box, $131.60. Mile 157, post time for the fourth. will be 13 minutes away. No changes in the fourth. Second division, the Ohio State Trot. Trophy by Midland Acres. No changes in the early pick 3. Tap down in the third, Nuclear Dawn was fourth. Solid Glass fifth. Cal Carey scratched. Our Miss Delaware was third. Samanda was second. Here comes the field for tonight's fourth race. Ohio State Fair Stakes continuing. This is the Ohio State Trot, 22,400. Trophy by our friends at Midland Acres, 1 Active Lindy. Owned by Tommy Clemens, Jim Daly drives. 2 HR's Overcomer, owned by Barbie Hughes and Levon Deagle, and the driver is David Myers. 3 Brett's Comer, owned by Miller Brothers Stable and Kevin Greenfield. Jay Cross, the reinsman. 4 Hope I Can, owned by Chip Noble and Ralph Connolly. Chip Noble will have the drive. 5 Carry the Speed, owned by Dave McLean, driven by Del S. Miller. 6 is Basso, owned by Laura Baker, Doug Gregory, Jim Arledge, and James Morrow with David Miller tonight. 7 is McAchee, owned by Marilyn Sickanesi. Tony Price will be in the sulky. Field for the fourth, 6 minutes till post time. Starting gate is underway. Field for tonight's fourth race. Ohio State Trot for 2-year-old colts and geldings in behind starter John Betts. It is now post time. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and trotting. Active Lindy takes the lead in the 6. Basso is off stride. McAchee looks for come in on the far outside, and the 3 is on the run. Brett's Comer. They're down the back stretch. McAchee on the far outside now gets the lead. Active Lindy second. Hope I Can will take a seat in there third. Is followed up on the outside by HR's Overcomer fourth. Carry the Speed is next. First to get back in the stride, Brett's Comer. And Basso far, far back. 5 well grouped by the quarter, 29-3. Trotting past the stands to the half-mile pole. McAchee, under confident handling, leads the way. Active Lindy in second. Hope I Can looks to remain unbeaten in third. After that, it's HR's Overcomer in fourth. Carry the Speed in fifth. Brett's Comer looks like the deja vu all over again journey. He made the same mistake last week, but quickly gets back into it. And Basso appears out of this one. They're at the half-mile pole. Slow second quarter still has McAchee on top in 101-4. Here comes Hope I Can. Setting sail from the rail. They're down the backstretch. Active Lindy skimming the pylons in third. Here come the Comers up on the outside. HR's Overs up on the outside. Far outside, Brett nearest the rail. Carry the Speed. And Basso little more than a quarter of a mile to trot. From the outside, Hope I Can now easily gets command. McAchee second, Active Lindy third. HR's Overcomer first over to fourth. Along the rail, Carry the Speed is fifth. Brett's Comer is up on the outside, and Basso, 132. Field moves to the head of the stretch. Bouncing along a solid length and a half, it's Hope I Can. McAchee angles off the rail. He's not done yet. Middle of the racetrack, HR's Overcomer. Hope I Can brings him home with a rush on the outside. HR's Overcomer. It's Hope I Can. HR's Overcomer coming on. Here comes the unofficial winner of tonight's fourth race, 2 HR's Overcomer. Improving 2-year-old brown colt by Overcomer out of HR's Solitaire. Owned by Barbie Hughes and Levon Deagle of Delaware, Ohio. Trained by Michael Hughes. Given a well-judged drive tonight by David Myers. Covering that mile in 2-2-2 and establishing a lifetime best. Number 2, HR's Overcomer, the winner of tonight's second division of the Ohio State Trot. Trophy by Midland Acres, 2-4 exacta, 160-20. Windows are now up and on tonight's fifth race. No changes in the fifth. Little over 2,300 in tonight's twin trifecta carryover. Post time a las 8:53. Post time 8:53. Tap down in the trot. Active Lindy third, 8 jars over. Comer the winner. Brett's Comer was sixth. Hope I Can second. Carry the speed fifth. Basso seventh. Makachi fourth. 3:16.257 for the bottom of the mile was 2:02 and 2. Meadows on Saturday 1 o'clock. Meadowlands 1:10. We'll have a live program at 7:15. With the Ohio State Fairs continuing here with their stakes for 2-year-old pacing colts and 3-year-old colts. Here comes the field for tonight's fifth race. Stallion and Gelding 3-claimer. First half of the twin trifecta, over 2,300 in the carryover. Number 1 is Dirkulator, owned by Charlie Conrad, driven by Roy Wilson. 2, Luke's Jiggy, owned by Andrew Phillips and Rodney Connor. 3, TDF Baskin Robbins, 31 Flavors, owned by Michael Pointer, and the arrangement is Dave Hawk. 4, Laser Rev Rec, owned by Steve Hodge. Darren Mauser will be aboard. Number 5, Good Allegris, owned by Henry Strong Jr. Circle Dollar Partners, Mike Wilder in the bike. 6, Tyler's Image, owned and driven by Don Cromer. Number 7 is Sand Noises, owned by Charlie Dillander and Randy Tharps. 8, Southern Image, owned by Roy Murphy. Jeff Fout in the bike. 9, Blasted, owned and driven by Ron Taubert. 5 till post. No changes in tonight's twin trifecta. Field for tonight's fifth race is at the gate and moving through the turn. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Laser Rev Rack takes the lead. Here comes Dirkulator quickly on the rail. They're down the backstretch. TDF Baskin is up on the outside, and Tyler's Image. Late lever Sand Noises into fifth. Around the top turn, Good Allegris as they make their way to the opening quarter-mile pole. After that, as they make their way to the turn, Luke's Jiggy, followed by Southern Image and Blasted as they roll to the quarter-mile pole, and seating arrangements are complete. Laser Rev Rack opens up in 28 and 1. Racing past the stands to the half-mile pole. Laser Rev Rack, under confident handling, leads the way. Here comes the train on the outside, led by Sand Noises. Dirkulator stays in. TDF Baskin is now fourth. Good Allegris moving up on the outside, fifth. Tyler's Image got buried on the pylons in sixth. Luke's Jiggy is seventh. Blasted is eighth along the rail. Southern Image got a big cross the Baron here. They're at the half. In 58 and 3, they're out of the turn and down the backstretch. Laser Rev Rack bouncing right along is going to try to make every pole winning one. Followed by Dirkulator in second. Sand Noises making little headway in third. TDF Baskins now closing with the chocolate chip journey in fourth. Ranging up on the outside, Good Allegris fifth. Tyler's Image along the rail in sixth. Luke's Jiggy overland. Far outside, Southern Image. Blasted is ninth on the rail. 127 and 3. Rolling to the top of the stretch. Laser Rev Rack continues to lead the way. Dirkulator cocked, locked, and ready to rock. Good Allegris is up on the outside as the field straightens away. Laser Rev Rack has got the lead. Try to be up on the outside, TDF Baskin. It's Laser Rev Rack. TDF Baskin second. Far outside, Southern Image gets up third. Oh, it is official. Here comes the winner of the fifth. Number 4, Laser Rev Rack, an 8-year-old bay gelding by American Freedom out of Beaming. Owned in London by Steve Hodge. Driven tonight coast to coast by Darren Mauser. Covering the mile here in 158. Number 4, Laser Rev Rack, the winner. The 4-3 exacta, $45.80. First half of the twin try, $104 even. Windows are now up and on tonight's sixth race. Third division trotting colts, the Ohio State Fair Trot. Field of 8 and no changes. Post time at 9:12. Top down in tonight's fifth race. Dirkulator ninth, Luke's Jiggy sixth. TDF Baskin was second. Here comes the field for tonight's sixth race. Third division for trotting colts. Number 1, Spirit of a Macho. Owned by Arsena Farm, driven by Don McCurgan. 2, ZZ's Crown. Owned by Robert Timmons and Rocky Stidham. Number 3, Black Tie Guy. Owned by Joe Lenning, Dave Hawk, the reinsman. Number 4, Chester Cheese, owned by Flowing Mineral Farmman Wayne Troyer. Number 5, I Will Come Over, owned by Fred and Pete Polk with Dave Rankin in the bike. 6, Attack First, owned by Wilbur Stoll Lang and driver David Myers. 7, Eraser, owned by Tom Crouch and Jeff Fout. Number 8 is Rusty, owned by Miller Brothers Stable. Jay Cross will be in the sulky. Trotters for the 6th, post time in 6 minutes. Field for tonight's sixth race is at the gate and moving through the clubhouse turn. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're up and trotting, off stride, ZZ's Crown. The 4 is On the Run, Chester Cheese. They're down the backstretch. Rusty on the far outside now takes the lead. Rusty on top from the outside, 3 parts of a length. Attack First. Moves in to be second. Eraser away nicely third. Followed by Spirit of a Macho in fourth. Gap of 5. The Black Tie Guy up on the outside. I Will Come Over. Back down trotting Chester Cheese on the far back trailer. Out of this one is ZZ's Crown. As they roll by the quarter, 29 flat, past the stands to the half. Back on the attack. Attack First now gets the lead. Attack First moves away on top by 2. Racing second, Rusty Eraser a little bit closer in third. Around the clubhouse turn, Spirit of a Macho fourth, Black Tie Guy. After that, I Will Come Over. Driving up on the outside comes Chester Cheese, and the trailer is ZZ's Crown. But at the half, moving away on top in a minute flat, it's Attack First who leads the way. Attack First, Rusty grinding second. Eraser a little bit closer in third. Spirit of a Macho fourth. Black Tie Guy fifth. Chester Cheese up on the outside. I Will Come Over can't go on. The distant trailer is ZZ's Crown. But the ZZ top belongs to Attack First. Attack First just jogging right now. Rusty's got to pick it up in second. Eraser comes to the outside third. He'll move when Rusty does. Around the 3/4 in 1:31 and 2. Trotting midway on the far turn. Attack First is going well. Rusty waits for the passing lane. Eraser now at the big tip drives up on the far outside. Off the turn in the stretch. They're on their way home. 3 horses are across the track vying for command. Attack First. Eraser down the middle of the racetrack. Rusty's not good enough on the rail. This horse is jogging. It is Attack First. Rusty second. Eraser will finish third. Unofficial winner of tonight's sixth race, 6 Attack First. 2-year-old bay colt by Carry the Message out of Instantly. Owned in Jamestown by Wilbur Stoll Lang. Trained by Michael Hughes. Driven tonight flawlessly by David Myers. Covering the mile in 2:01 and 1 to establish a lifetime best. Number 6, Attack First, the unofficial winner. Doubles tonight for trainer Michael Hughes and driver David Myers. Five 14.60. The try 360.80. 360.80. Windows are now up and on tonight's seventh race. Twin Trifecta Exchange, Exacta, and Trifecta Wagering. Number 1, Falcon Cozy, owned by Lou Mampieri and Frank Cozy, driven by Brad Hanners. 2, Wind River Hunter, owned by Ivan and Sherry Brugler with driver Melanie Williams. 3, Wakeshire Windy, owned by Ayers Ratliff and Robert Carroll Jr. with David Miller. Number 4, Big Sky Country, owned by David Cooper. Darren Montana Mauser will be aboard. Number 5, Gunboat Diplomacy, owned by Andrew Phillips and the bike Rodney Connor. 6, Winsome Duke, owned and driven by Marlon Smith. 7, Jack Lee Gino, owned by Robert Henry with Justin Hall. And 8 is Chip Champ, owned by Ken Briggs, driven by Randy Tharps. 9, Long Gone Destiny, owned by Rodney Henry. Rocky Stidham in the sulky. No changes in the 7th. Post time in 6 minutes. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Falcon Cozy takes the lead. Wakeshire Windy between horses. Here comes Chip Champ rolling up on the far outside, and Wind River Hunter along the rail. Moving out from between horses, Big Sky Country, Gunboat Diplomacy, Long Gone Destiny, wide and being taken back. Winsome Duke, and at the end the trailer is Jack Lee Gino. Seating arrangements just about complete. Falcon Cozy's got the top. Driving up on the outside, Chip Champ second, flying by the quarter. 27-4, Chip Champ on the outside, brushes to the front. Chip Champ knows when to hold him and fold him. Right now he's got the lead by 2. Falcon Cozy is second, Wakeshire Windy is third. Around the clubhouse turn, Wind River Hunter is fourth. Gunboat Diplomacy drives up on the outside. Big Sky Country got locked in along the rail. Jack Lee Gino from the back. Underway, Winsome Duke and Long Gone Destiny. Falcon Cozy on the outside. Chip Champ on the rail. 58-2. Falcon Cozy brushes to the front. Falcon Cozy a length. Wakeshire Windy picks up the chase in second. Down the backstretch, Chip Champ in third. Gunboat Diplomacy drives up on the outside. Wind River Hunter got caught behind the tiring pace setter Chip Champ. Here's Jack Lee Gino winding it up on the far outside. Big Sky Country looks for racing room. Winsome Duke is 8th. Long Gone Destiny 9th on the outside, and 128-2. Moving around the far turn, Falcon Cozy is already being asked for his best. Jack Lee Gino is up on the outside. Wakeshire Windy along the rail. Gunboat Diplomacy is in the center. Here comes Long Gone Destiny on the outside, and Brad Hanners driving the hair off the pace setter. Here comes Wakeshire Windy up the rail. Jack Lee Gino, Long Gone Destiny, Wakeshire Windy tight for second. One hold second, Falcon Cozy 9, Long Gone Destiny third. And number 7, Jack Lee Gino was fourth. Here's the winner, Wakeshire Windy. 4-year-old bay gelding by Lord Eddie out of Cheryl Lane, owned in Ohio by Ayers Ratliff and Robert Carroll Jr. Trained by Mike Repine, driven tonight by Dave Miller up the passing lane to score in 158-4 and establish a lifetime best. Number 3, Wakeshire Windy, the winner of tonight's 7th race. Windows are now up and on race 8. Please note in this race that number 6 Ultimate Message raced on July the 21st at the Tiffin Fair in a 2-year-old colt trot. The mile time was 2:10. He won by 15.5 lengths on a track listed as good. the field for tonight's 8th race, Ohio State Fair Stakes continuing, 4th division for 2-year-old trotting colts, field of 8, 1 prime score. Owned by Donna Jean Anderson, driven by Brian Weaver. 2 Diaz Double, owned by Leonard Stemmen. Edward Garver, driven by Bruce Schmidt. 3 Cinder Lane Fred, owned by William Mount Pleasant. Richard McNutt, driven by David Hawk. 4 Terminator P, owned by Polachina Motors. Marty Willem aboard 5, 90210. Owned by Dean Davis, Kurt Sugg on the bike. 6 is the Ultimate Message, owned by J.C. Ratliff, driven by David Miller. 7 is Our Message, owned by Tom Oyer and Bob Harper. 8 Concord Jet, owned by Frank Stewart and Thomas Carafiol. Ron Steck, the sulky pilot, aboard number 8 Concord Jet. 6 minutes till post. Starting gate is underway. Field 4-8 is at the gate and moving through the clubhouse turn. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and trotting. Concord Jet still in the runway, never caught the others. They're down the backstretch. Quickly taking over command toward the rail. Cinder Lane Fred with a rush on the outside. Ultimate Message now goes to the lead. Here's Our Message trotting up on the outside. The 3rd prime score moves in to be 4th. After that, Diaz Double in 5th. Top turn, Terminator P in 6th. 90210 is 7th. Concord Jet still in the tarmac 8th. They're at the opening quarter, 29-3. Trotting past the stands, Even Money favorite has got the lead. Ultimate Message by an easy 2. Cinder Lane Fred the stalker 2nd, prompting 3rd Our Message. Prime score in 4th. Here comes the train on the outside, led by Diaz Double. Underway, Terminator P, who says, I will be back. Prime score is off stride along the rail. Around the clubhouse turn, we're back on the front end. Ultimate Message leads the way. Cinder Lane Fred is in the 2nd, trotting up on the outside. Diaz Double 3rd. Our Message 4th. Here comes Terminator P on the outside. After that, 90210, followed by Concord Jet. And the costly break was all in for Prime score. 1, 2, and 2 down the backstretch. Every step pace setter being challenged now. Ultimate Message on top by a half a length. Diaz Double is on the move to 2nd. Cinder Lane Fred coming back along the pylons in 3rd. The Terminator's up on the outside. Our Message saving ground wide for the drive. 90210. Concord Jet begins to pick it up, and Prime score racing by 3/4 in 1:32-3. Field straightens away. Ultimate Message brings him on home. Ultimate Message on top by a widening 4. It's Ultimate Message. Diaz Double is a clear 2nd. Cinder Lane Fred 3rd. Ultimate Message coast to coast. Diaz Double 2nd. Maybe the 7 Our Message 3rd. Tonight's 8th race once again sponsored by Midland Acres. Here comes the winner of the 8th. It's now official. 6 Ultimate Message. 2-year-old Brown Gelding by Carry the Message out of Oriental Topaz. Owned in Marion by J.C. Ratliff. Trained by Mike Repine. Driven tonight coast to coast by David Miller. Covering that mile here in 2:02 and 2 and establishing a lifetime best. Number 6 Ultimate Message, the winner. Consecutive doubles for trainer Mike Repine and driver David Miller. Windows are now open on race 9. 3rd division, 2-year-old pacing fillies in a field of 8. 10th race starting the final pick 3. 4th division, Brad Hanners driving 5. Color Me Sammy. David Myers to drive 6. Sand Trick. No changes in the final 2. Post time will be at 10:11. $6-2 exacta, $29.80, $29.80. The trifecta, $382.40, $382.40. Here are the pacing fillies for race 9, third division of the State Fair Managers Filly Pace. Trophy by Richard Furnett. Number 1, Absolute Sage, owned by Michael Bardo. Mike Wilder drives. 2, It's a Mystery to Me, owned by Henry Strong Jr. Circle Dollar Partners, Jeff Fout. 3, Amazon Sabra, owned by Richard Eugene Ward and Paul Wonder. Rangeman Brad Hanners. 4, Sage Sabra, owned by Jerome Grogan with David Miller. 5, Miss Accent, owned by Amy Overholtz with Dave Hawk in the bike. 6, Bonnie's Deja Vu, owned by Thomas and Patty Buell with Bill Walters. 7 is Stazzi Milano, owned by Brent Parent and Stanley Sanders. Jay Cross. Number 8, Caviar Carolyn, owned by Judith and Clarence Chafee Jr. Del S. Miller will be in the sulky. That is the field for the 9th. No changes in race 9. 5 minutes till post. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. It's a Mystery to Me between horses. Taking the lead, Miss Accent is up on the outside. Amazon Sabra parked in, driving third. Quickly on the rail, Sage Sabra in fourth. Jumping off stride further on the outside, that's Bonnie's Deja Vu, and the 7 also went off stride. Stazzi Milano quickly closing up on the rail. Absolute Sage running right over the top of Sage Sabra. Little bit of confusion here in race number 9. We'll pick him up again on the front end as they race by the quarter in a good 28-4. Brad Hanners has got the top with Amazon Sabra. Sage Sabra blasts out of mid-pack and goes right to the front. Sage Sabra opens up about 4, followed by Amazon Sabra in second. Miss Accent moves in to be third. It's a Mystery to Me is now a closer fourth around the clubhouse turn. Absolute Sage, Caviar Carolyn, back down pacing. Bonnie's Deja Vu, and well back after the interference, Stazzi Milano. 58-4, they're out of the turn and down the backstretch. Racing Very Green up top, it's Sage Sabra. Here comes It's a Mystery to Me moving up on the outside second. Amazon Sabra back on the attack along the pylons in third. Down the backstretch, Miss Accent in fourth. Absolute Sage wheels up on the outside. Caviar Carlin racing Very Green toward the back. Bonnie's Deja Vu. And Stazzi Milano is the distant trailer in 128. Around the far turn, Sage Sabra bouncing along with a 2-length advantage. Amazon Sabra fighting back in the pylons in second. Here comes Miss Accent driving through on the inside third. Racing through the stretch. Sage Sabra's got the top. Amazon Sabra closing up on the far outside. Miss Accent is on the rail. Driving finish. Miss Accent wins it. The unofficial winner. Here's 5, Miss Accent. 2-year-old bay filly by Noble Land Sam out of Guess. Owned in Wasion by Amy Overholtz. Trained by Max Shaw. Passing lane victory driver Dave Hawk. Covering that mile in 157-3. Number 5, Miss Accent. The winner of tonight's third division. Trophy tonight by Ann Meckling and Noreen Ricker. Result of the 9th, now official. Windows open on the 10th. Brad Hanners driving 5, Color Me Sammy. David Myers driving 6, Sand Trick. Post time will be upcoming here in 14 minutes. 5-4 exacta 82-20. The try 3:38 even. Post time in 14 minutes. Kathy McDonald brings the pacing fillies out for tonight's 10th race, start of the final pick 3. Number 1 is Abria Nicole, owned by Craig Blatchford. Tom Johnson, Jeff Fout drives. 2, Myopia's Mop, owned by Diana Malone with Joe Adamski. 3, Terran My Love, owned by Don Huddleston with Dave Hawk. Number 4, Doinkin Donnie, owned by Polachino Motors Incorporated and Marty Willem. Number 5, Color Me Sammy, owned by Robert Corey Jr. and Lawrence Herman, and a driver change to Brad Hanners. 6, Sand Trick, owned by Dale Sweet and John Gherkin Jr. with a driver change to David Myers. 7 is Gypsy Return, owned by Jeff Cox and Walter Shepner with David Miller. Number 8, First Country Star, owned by the Star Country Stable. Jim Daly will be in the sulky. Brad Hanners to drive the 5, David Myers to drive the 6, and post time in 6 minutes. Field for tonight's 10th race is at the gate and moving through the clubhouse turn. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Terran My Love and Myopia Mop for the lead, and leaving tonight is Gypsy Return. Down the backstretch, Abria Nicole moves in to be 4th, followed by Doinkin Donnie, Color Me Sammy, Sand Trick, and First Country Star. On their way to the quarter-mile pole, Terran My Love grabs the racetrack for Dave Hawk. Gypsy Return leaves tonight, gets the 2-hole Duck and Tuck. The little fillies grinding 3rd, Myopia's Mop, and here's Abria Nicole. Doinkin Donnie, Color Me Sammy, Sand Trick, and First Country Star. Quick 27-4 past the stands. Terran My Love cuts this one out. Pocket Sitter, Gypsy Return, followed by the favorite Myopia's Mop up on the outside. Here comes the team of Doink and Donnie. Abria Nicole got quickly shuffled back. Sand Trick to the outside. First Country Star 7th on the rim. Color Me Sammy is 8th along the rail. They're at the half in a moderate 58-4. Terran My Love cuts this one out. Here's Doinkin Donnie up on the outside 2nd. Gypsy Return in 3rd. Myopia Mop is 4th. Out and moving but gapping, that's David Myers and Sand Trick on the far outside. First Country Star. Abria Nicole and Color Me Sammy racing to 3/4. From the outside, Doinkin Donnie easily goes on by a tiring Terran My Love. That'll force Gypsy Return wide to the outside, who actually blew the turn here a little bit in 126-4. Around the far turn, Doinkin Donnie with a commanding lead. Gypsy Return's got about 5 to make up. Terran My Love can't go on. On the far outside, Myopia's Mop. She's just about home. It's Doink and Donnie. Gypsy Return will finish 2nd. Myopia's Mop 3rd. Doink and Donnie's jogging in 155-3. Here comes the unofficial and a very impressive performance for Doink and Donnie. 2-year-old brown filly by Rocky Bogart out of Mel Solem. Owned in Ravenna, Ohio by Polachino Motors Incorporated, driven and trained by Marty Willem to a convincing victory here in a lifetime best, 155-3. Number 4, Doink and Donnie, the winner of tonight's 10th and race final division of the 2-year-old filly pace. Trophy by Mr. and Mrs. Ricker, trophy by Mr. and Mrs. Meckling. 4-7 exacta, $85.60 in the try, $390.20. No changes in tonight's final 2. 11 is clear, 12 is clear. Post time in 14 minutes at 10 o'clock, and now there is a late change in here. Scratch number 5, Sunny Speedster. Judges on the advice of the veterinarian have scratch number 5, Sunny Speedster, lame. An immediate refund, win, play, show. Exacta, and the money in here in the pick 3 will go to the favorite. Post time in 10 minutes at 10:50. Here comes the field for tonight's 11th race, Invitational, for trotters and a nice purse of $10,000. In the Dick and Donna Wills and Brett Merkel trained entry, number 1 is Hey Just Say No and Brett Merkel. 1A, Tug Button and Dean Collins. 2, Crown Time Starlet. Over the Crown Time Farms, driven tonight by David Miller. 3, M16, owned by Leonard Buckner, and the driver is Jeff Fout. 4, What a Message, owned by Glenn Brandon. Jody Essig will have the drive. Scratch the 5, Late Lane, Sunny Speedster. 6, Swaz Cha-ching, owned by Bud Veneer. Dan Veneer will be in the sulky. That is the field for tonight's 11th race. Scratch number 5, Sunny Speedster Lane, 6 minutes till post. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off in trotting. Waz Cha-ching on the far outside takes the lead. M16, middle of the racetrack. Crown Time, Starlet, and the mare. Hey, Just Say No. Quickly gaining along the rail. They're on their way to the quarter-mile pole. What a Message can't go on early on because they're flying. And the trailer is the other half of the entry. Tug Button. Here's M16 up on the outside, challenging Waz Cha-ching for the lead. This is going to be a pretty good stinging here by the opening quarter and a sharp 27-4. They're in parade past the stands. Dan Veneer not even looking over. Jeff Fout sensing very little conversation. Has got to now take back, grabbing leather. M16 is into 4th. Around the clubhouse turn, Waz Cha-ching, trying to open the cash register at the half, leads the way. Hey, Just Say No, benefiting, grab 2nd, tucked in there 3rd, the other mare, Crown Time Starlet. M16 out of ammo right now, they're at the half-mile pole, 57-4. What a Message, and the trailer is the hard-hitting veteran Tug Button. They're out of the turn and down the backstretch. Waz Cha-ching bouncing right along. Hey, Just Say No, stalking in 2nd. What a Message trots up on the outside 3rd. Tug Button from the back. Crown Time Starlet and M16, but Waz Cha-ching opens up some daylight by 3/4 in, 127-3. Around the far turn, Waz Cha-ching off stride. What a Message making a speed break. That was the 4. Field moves to the head of the stretch. Up top, it's Waz Cha-ching. Crown Time Starlet unleashing a strong stretch kick. Sweeps up on the outside. Hey, Just Say No. Far outside, M16. Waz Cha-ching is good enough in here. Waz Cha-ching. Crown Time Starlet 2nd. Hey, Just Say No 3rd. Result of race 11 is now official. 6-2 exacta, $15.20, $15.20. Trifecta, $60.20. Here comes the winner, number 6, Waz Cha-ching. 4-year-old bay horse by Superman out of Equinox Joie. Owned in Monroe, Michigan, and trainer by L.J. Bud Veneer. Driven tonight by Dan Veneer, covering that mile in 156-4, and a lifetime best, number 6, Waz Cha-ching, the winner of tonight's 11th race. Windows are now open on race 12. Post time at 11:10. Next post, 11:10. No changes in tonight's 12th and final race. Field for tonight's 12th and final race is coming out onto the track and parading to the post behind Parade Marshal and Outrider Kathy McDonald. Number 1 is Behold. Owned by Chad Folk, Randy Tharps drives. Number 2, When Her J. Owned by J. Bruce Wenger and Harley E. Ruda. The driver is Jeff Fout. 3, Pack-a-Punch, owned by Edwin Cook. Driver is Richard Cook. Number 4 is Tallapoosa, owned by Donald Robinson. Mike Wilder has the drive. 5, Silky Prize, owned by Ewell Binkley and Del S. Miller. 6, Velvet Volcano, owned by Tom Mann and Ronald Glover with Jody Essig. 7, Daring Lie, owned by Howard Taylor, Marion Bruce Walls with David Miller. 8 is Dare to Hum, owned by James Novak and Mike Ogle with Phil Cunningham. 9, Austin K, owned by Charlie Conrad and Jermaine Benton with Roy Wilson. 10, Enchanted Mirage, owned by Enchanted Willow Farms. Rosa Miller with Dave Hawk in the sulky. Field for the 12th, Superfecta and Exacta, post time in 5 minutes. Field is now in motion. And there they go. They're off and pacing. Pack-a-Punch takes the lead. Daring Lie far outside. When Heard, Jay and Behold not leaving tonight. All out for command. Followed by Enchanted Mirage, who rolls out of the second tier to 5th. After that, Tallapoosa, Silky Prize, Velvet Volcano driving up on the outside. Dare to Hum and Long Shot Austin K. On their way to the quarter-mile pole. Driving away on top by 2, Pack-a-Punch. Behold comes from mid-pack second. Opening up here in a sharp 27-4. Racing past the stands, Pack-a-Punch by a half a length. Moving up on the outside, Behold now brushes to the front. Here's Daring Lie out and moving from 3rd. When Heard, Jay got trapped in 4th, ranging up on the outside. Enchanted Mirage to 5th around the clubhouse turn. Tallapoosa underway, Velvet Volcano and Silky Prize in 8th. 9th on the outside, Dare to Hum and Austin K 10th. They're at the half in a quick 56-3 up the backstretch. Behold has got the top. Daring Lie comes to him with every stride in 2nd. Pack-a-Punch in 3rd. Steady gain on the outside, Enchanted Mirage to 4th. Little bit of confusion further back in the field. Catching wheels, that was 8. Dare to Hum and 6, Velvet Volcano. Moving by 3/4 in a fast 1:25-4. Daring Lie on the outside now gets the lead. Daring Lie on top. Behold gives way. In between horses, Enchanted Mirage. Wide and driving on the far outside, Tallapoosa. Silky Prize, When Heard, Jay looks to bust loose for a minor share. Daring Lie has got the top. Tallapoosa, Silky Prize on the far outside. Deep stretch. It's Daring Lie, Silky Prize, Tallapoosa. The 10 will finish 4th. Enchanted Mirage. Result of the 12th and final race is now official. Here is the winner, number 7, Daring Lie. 3-year-old bay colt by Dairy 2 out of Somebody Lied, owned by Howard Taylor of Penn Valley, Pennsylvania. Marion Bruce Walls of Greenville, Ohio. Trained by Bruce Walls, hard driven tonight by David Miller to a lifetime best of 155-4. Number 7, Daring Lie, and a triple tonight for the purple and white. Pick 3 out of 3, $92.60, $92.60. Exacta 56.40. The Super 18.28.80. Pick 3 on 4 with 5 and 6 and 7, $92.60 in the mile, 155-4. Carefully. We'll go again tomorrow. First post for daytime simulcasting 12:30. Gates open at 12. Free parking at admission.